All right, we are back. Wow, it's been 2 months or so since I sat down with this Osmo and recorded a video, but we are back. And this is a long overdue update for myself, for documenting purposes, for everybody that likes to watch these and likes to watch me yant and rap for 12 minutes on average per video. But yeah, it's been a while since my last kind of check in. There's been a lot of reasons for that specifically, which I'm going to go through. And yeah, I might as well kind of get straight into it. Really, I've probably the last documentary that I did documented the journey. It was clear that things were kind of tough in business. We were dealing with a lot of issues from an acquisitions point of view, profit margins point of view, scalability from an ads perspective, and everything else that we were dealing with. And since then, it got progressively worse. Is the honest truth about it. It got progressively worse, and yeah, since our last document the journey, once we hit our big 100K month, since then everything went down. And I'm going to sound doom and gloom for probably a minute, but that's not how I see any of this at all. But yeah, since we hit our 100K in March, everything revenue wise just went down and down and down and down and down every month. We continued to sell what we were selling for 2 months, and then we realized we were capped out. We weren't able to scale past this. We needed to make changes, and we switched up the offer, and we started selling something else to the same style of audience, to our existing customers and more, in the hopes that that could turn the business around, that we could drive more revenue than we thought we could. And yeah, that's what we tried to do. We tried to switch our offer, tried to sell to a different product, different solution, and all the numbers looked like they were going to be incredible. The sales numbers looked like they were going to be incredible. Everything was lined up, but fulfillment didn't hit. And to get to the bones of it and the basis of it, the main product that we sold before was a high ticket product upfront for 3 months. What we switched to was a performance based model where we purely get paid on a per lead basis to deliver results. And it flopped. It didn't go to the point where we wanted to go to. And there's multiple different reasons for that. Just people coming in, because you're at the whelm of your clients on a performance basis. They can leave whenever they want. If they have a bad day, you're the first person they turn around and kick out, and multiple other items associated with that. And yeah, outside of that as well, we've in the last 4 months dealt with a lot of issues with our old product and the fulfillment. We were selling something that this is my fault, was not confident that we could fulfill on. But sales were coming in and we kept fucking selling it. And that is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in the last 4 months. So if you don't know you can sell something, do not fucking sell it. Simple as. And probably in the last 4 months, I have refunded around $25,000 back to clients. And that's $25,000 excluding sales reps commissions, the costs invested into actually trying and fulfill on those solutions. Outside of that, talking about expenses, is when we launched a new product and offer, we invested a lot into that as well. A lot of time, energy, resources, wasted time. That's the worst thing. And investment into costs and softwares and data as well. Money on ads, everything. And that second offer was a complete flop. Did not work at all. Zero. Made nothing from it over those two months. Zero. And that's kind of where we're at. Over the last 4 months, and what's happened is everything from their original offer was in a downward spiral. Stopped selling it. Was trying to fulfill, trying to switch people over, trying to change up the offer and fulfill and do right, dealing with refunds and more. And where we sit currently, right now on September the 9th, is the business is back to me, my main CSM and my first hire, and he's not a CSM, that's a completely incorrect way of saying Sofian, you're the G, you're my first ever hire I brought into lead prediction, so I couldn't do this without you, and our VA. That's what the team's back to. With everyone else in the team, it just didn't fit their growth patterns, and it just came to the point where we had to cut things because, number one, I was spending every month on employees and making no money back, trying to make this new offer work, and it came to a point where we just had to cut things and certain things just to part ways. And that happens. And honestly, it could have happened earlier, it could have happened later, but I just came to a point where, honestly, it was mainly other team members saying it to me as well, but a combination of me saying, look, we just need to put a nail in the coffin here. It's holding everybody back from growing, outside of just lead prediction in itself. And yeah, it was from advice from other people, advice I kept to myself. But yeah, and I appreciate everybody that gave the raw and honest advice. And I was very lucky to be surrounded with people who weren't bullshitters. They say things straight to the point. Valentine specifically, if you're watching this, and I appreciate you massively for just pretty much came to me one day and said, this is not working. We got to chop and we got to change. And I was ready to go again and go again and go again. And it was only someone actually saying to me what the raw truth was, and me not being as a visionary as I am, as I always am, to be able to actually put a nail in the coffin. So I appreciate you for that. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. And currently we're still dealing and managing with some of our older clients, fulfilling for them, finishing their contracts out, everything like that. And yeah, we're in a better place now, 100%. A lot of our clients are cleaned up and we're finishing their contracts with them, as I said, delivering for them. But contracts that were supposed to be 3 months have become 6-7 months. That costs money. So to be brutally honest, a lot of the money and the profits that came from that original push in the 100k months has gone back through refunds, has gone back through just continuing to spend on clients to fulfill our service, which costs money to fulfill. It costs money to fulfill, it really does. And yeah, which is disappointing. Of course it is. You see these big numbers and then it doesn't reflect in your bank account. Of fucking course it does. It's the last thing you want to see. We do this to make money. That's what we do. But tough fucking shit, Joe. You fucked up. You made mistakes. You learned. And we learned them. That's really it. Complete transparency, the last 3-4 months have been fucking rough. Everything downward spiral. Everything just spending more money. Not being able to put any money to myself or give myself any money. Everything just running through the business. Pretty much. Yeah, look, that's been the raw truth of it. It was very fucking rough, and I was in a bad place and a lot of times over the summer. I genuinely was. And a lot of people probably didn't know because I just don't fucking say it to people. I just keep a stern head and keep moving forward. But that's the honest truth about it. Yeah, it was tough and it was rough, and yeah, but it happens. This is business. It's about getting punched in the fucking face. And I think I saw Josh, shout out you, Josh, in the podcast. You did say business is literally about getting punched in the face. And I got a big fucking right hook in the face. A fucking massive one, multiple times over and over and over again. And yeah, shit happens. But guess what? I'm 22 years of age. And I would not change it for the fucking world. Why? Because at 22, I had a team of 12 people. I managed to scale a business online and collect 100 grand. Like, I just don't want to keep talking about that number. That's the foolish thing. I've been doing this for a long while. But get to that big number and that big point with an incredible team and people around us and achieve something very fucking cool and help a lot of other people out as well. And see people and team members grow and grow as what they are, from COOs to sales managers to sales reps, becoming cold callers to setters to closers. Like, it's fucking awesome. Everyone's getting better opportunities now, and that's amazing. And yeah, I did well from it as well. I'm in a much better place than I was a year ago. Of course I am. But did it go out exactly as we wanted to and as planned? Fuck no. But that's life. That shit happens. And you take these lessons and these learnings. But going back to what I was saying is, at 22, I got to that point. And I've seen all the mistakes I've made, all the issues I've created, all what to do and what not to do at such a young fucking age. And now everything I do moving forward, I have those lessons and those learnings. And it does not matter. I can tell you this for a fact. You can listen to a YouTube video, you can pay someone. Until you put your own cash on the line, you fuck up, you will not learn. You have to feel the pain of learning something to actually learn it. Truly. There was probably a million signs to not do this and not do this during these big growth periods. And I could have seen it everywhere. Don't do this. Someone could have told me don't do this. And they did. Some people told me do not do these things. I just ignored it. Of course I did. Why? Money coming in, sales coming in. Let's not ruin our flow. Once again, got to get kicked in the ass to get fucking kicked back up. But yeah, so all those lessons and learnings, grateful for it completely. So grateful for it. It's been a crazy 4 months. It really has. And it felt like the year went like this and then it was going like this. And that's obviously very tough. Outside of that, though, I had a fucking brilliant summer. Out here in Marbella, was in London, Croatia, back home in Ireland. Brilliant summer. Met some amazing people, amazing connections. And I chose not to let what was going on and going wrong stop me from continuing to live a life that I dreamed of a year ago. And I lived that life. And I'm so grateful that I didn't allow that to get in the way. Would it have been nice to be checking 100k a month all throughout the summer? Of course it would have. God, that would have been sweet, wouldn't it? But tough shit. It's business, it's life. It doesn't care when you want it or do want it or when you're going to feel good about it in the summer. No one, like business doesn't care. It doesn't give a fuck. So yeah, I had to grow a pair and stick it through. But yeah, that's really the raw update of it. So lead prediction and the business as a whole is now back to me, Sofian, my first hire, and runs the show. I can't explain him enough. And a virtual assistant. And what are we doing? We still have some of our key clients and our bigger clients. We're working still to try and finish off contracts for a lot of our other clients. And I have started a new offer, you could call it, a new business, you could call it, to an extent. And taking everything that I learned and fucked up on into this new offer with all of the learnings. Because guess what I now know how to do? I know how to take a new offer and scale it using paid ads, how to build out funnels around that, how to acquire customers at scale at a high ticket level, how to manage a team at that scale. But most importantly, what not to do, what to sell, what not to sell. So what is different with this new offer and this new business? It is a high margin business. Because even when we were doing 80k a month, when we dropped off 100, that was such an unprofitable month. Not net zero, but like, it maybe could have been like, I don't know, 20, 25% profit or something like that maybe. Like for an online business that does 80k a month, you should be, I know people get a flaw and a misconception of what those numbers need to be and stuff like that, but you, with a skill set, you can easily be checking 50% minimum profits at high numbers. So the new business is more consulting based. It's less overhead into us. Before, when we acquired a client, yeah, we had our money spent on ads and everything, that's cool. But then we had to invest into them every single month, spend money on lead lists every single month, accounts, inboxes, all of these other things associated with what we do. Now, everything is pretty much profit. It's consulting based, and obviously it's just me right now at the moment, and my brain needs to slow down because it's already thinking about hiring and scaling and building and everything like this. But anyone else that comes into the company will be hired on a performance basis and like on a revenue share basis, if that makes sense. So I won't be getting screwed over with big fat retainers at the end of the month and high team overhead costs. If I bring in other consultants, what they're going to get is they're going to get a piece of what that deal is to be able to manage it and scale it. And the vision is clear for me, which is awesome. And as well as that though, one of the main issues with the other business and why all the refunds and everything came was, number one, we didn't know how to deliver the service that we were delivering, as it was an awesome offer if we could deliver it. Of course it would. If I could turn around and tell you that I'd make you $1 million in a month, you'd say yes every single time. Can I make it? Not sure. Probably not. So, yeah. But the other issue with the other offer was we had such a big fucking guarantee on it. And a guarantee of deliverables, which was nuts. It was absolutely ludicrous and nuts. And the new business that I have now, none of that. Zero. Nothing. It's consulting based, clear outcomes, clear deliverables, and no tangible results based items. Because that's where I got fucked. And I know that I can deliver a much better service to a different ICP and a different audience that sees value in it a lot more, where I don't need to strap a huge big number to it in order to sell it. And yeah, that's where we're at. It's September now. That offer is moving very fast, already making some sales for it, which is awesome. Still managing with some of our existing clients. And yeah, it's moving very fast, but at the same time, it's moving fast, but it's also moving in the right way. I didn't jump into it. I was very close to just jumping in. Then I said, no, I'm going to slow down here a second. I'm going to do it right. But something I do want to touch on is what I've been working on a lot is like operating very differently. not operating out of an attitude of just like work, 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 but working smarter. And it's something I'm doing a lot of learning on and trying to rewire my brain in terms of how I need to operate on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, I'm not even going to go into too much now today, but just rewiring my brain of how I need to work. I'm already making 100K a month again in my head. I'm already there. I'm operating like I'm already there. I'm living like I'm already there. I'm doing my work like I'm already there. And deals are just coming to me. And that's just the way it works. And I'm not forcing anything. I'm already, like, it's funny, like, if you ask me like right now, like, what do you see yourself as? I'm already making 100K net profit per month, Joe Boyle, right now. Time just hasn't caught up yet. That's it. Time simply hasn't caught up yet. End of. And time will catch up at its own pace as it needs to. But by providing the inputs and seeing myself as already there, I'm already there. It's inevitable, really. And I say that with complete confidence. So, yeah. That's where we're at. Woohoo. Update. So I plan on documenting the whole growth of this new business. I'm not sure what it might look like. A rebuilding series. That's a bit something, but can't really say it on camera. I don't like that. Fuck rebuilding. This is the game of business. This is life. It's always building. I guarantee what I've dealt with in the last 4 months will look like fucking peanuts in about 10 years when I look back, because I'll get another big fucking right hook at some stage in my life from another mistake that I make, because that's the game. Because you have to go like this to this, to this, to this, to this, and compound that growth, and then you're up fucking here. That's just the way it works. So yeah, I've learned a lot. I've fucked up a lot. I've done a lot right. And I cannot fucking wait for the rest of the year, for the rest of the years, and what's to come. Genuinely. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Anything else in my notes here? No, life is good. I'm in a very good headspace right now. Very happy with everything, where it's going. Heading to Italy tomorrow for an incredible event. And yeah, life is good. Life is always good. Simple as. I live out here in Spain. I decide my day every single day. I choose my destiny and what I want to work on. How could it not be good? Life is absolutely amazing, and life is absolutely incredible. That's one thing I've learned. I am so blessed. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have an amazing family. I have amazing friends. Amazing people around me. My friends are all killers. They're all winning. We're all driving each other on together. Like, that is just beautiful. And I'm so happy for that. I truly am. But yeah, people oftentimes don't talk about the downs and what goes wrong, but I don't give a fuck. It's me versus me at the end of the day. I don't give a shit what you think. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Ciao. Another raw doc, The Journey. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, which I promise will be more consistent. That's a promise, even though I've said that every video. I'll be back. Ciao. 100K a month Joe is already right, sitting there in front of you. You're looking at him right now. Let's go.